welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports airs iRacing Paint. Come Series fires things off for the first race in the championship chase. Only 5 weeks remain before we see a driver claim the crown. Who's going to start it off on the right foot here tonight from Richmond Raceway? 200 miles around this 3/4 of a mile track. A lot on the line. Track temperature pretty good, less than 75 degrees, so a little bit of grip, and we should see that increase as the sun begins to set. Track going to cool off a little bit. These drivers will begin their quest for the championship right here tonight from Richmond Raceway. So as the qualifying session already underway, before we head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. We spoke about trackside, so what do you say we bring you some of the qualifying times being laid down there tonight? Just about 3 minutes remaining on the stopwatches for these drivers to claim that pole position. Top of the speed charts for the moment, with a quick time here tonight. Behind the wheel of that, number 21 machine, Todd Cray, lay down 21.80 for the fast time. And it looks like the graphics going a little bit little haywire, so we'll hold on to that for just a moment as the music fades into the background. Time continues to tick away for these drivers. Bailey Dutton gonna lay down a fast time. Dutton gonna go 21.74, snatching the pole position away from Todd Craig. Can Dutton do what we have never seen done before when Swift Motorsports? Dutton looking for his 4th win in a row, looking for a 5th on the season overall. Dutton has been a driver that the field has had to deal with for the past 3 weeks, going to victory lane last week from Kansas Speedway to secure that regular season championship. Set himself up at the top of the point standings as we kick things off here tonight in Richmond. And let's see if those graphics want to work a little bit better for us. You can see a little bit of a mix-up down there around that 9th, 10th position. But Bailey Dutton, top of the speed charts for the moment. 21.74 is the quick time, with only Cody Sleeper yet to put in a time lapse. 17 drivers in the field here tonight, and with just about 30 seconds remaining, Dutton going to go back-to-back with pole positions, looking for his 4th win in a row. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your national anthem and your starting lineup. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
In finishing the flyover, final few fans begin to fill the stands. We await just a handful of drivers to make their way through pre-race inspection into the starting grid. Championship wide open coming into tonight's race. Pretty much your entire championship, 16, all within striking distance of one another. Bailey Dutton just 4 points out in front of the field, only 2 points in front of Todd Cray and John McMillan Jr. So with it wide open, a handful of chase drivers missing the field here tonight. That's going to put them on the back foot when we head to Homestead next week for the final round in the 2-race cutoff. Set yourself up with a good run tonight. Set yourself up for an easy night next week under the lights at Homestead of Miami. And as the sun continues to set here tonight, awaiting the final few drivers as they now make their way to the starting grid. We're going to get closer as drivers get ready to rip it up here tonight from Richmond Raceway. One of our final short tracks of the season here tonight at Richmond. So will we see those temper flares? Will we see long green flag runs? Will we see pit road penalties? A big factor in last night's race. Will it be a factor here tonight? Two much different tracks in Dover to Richmond, but still short track racing. You gotta be on it when it comes time to hit pit road. And as you can hear the music in the background, pace car set sail. It's time for tonight's starting lineup from Richmond Raceway in the Air's Eye Racing paints. Cup Series 4 Swift Motorsports snatching the pole award once again here tonight, 2 weeks in a row now, starting from that top spot behind the wheel of the number 26 machine, Bailey Dutton. Todd Gray just to his outside. Dalton Fredericks, Justin Gann back in row 2. Row number 3 here tonight, the Cuban Missile Rocket, Roy Fernandez. In his counterpart, the 99 of Cole Day. Row 4, the 98 of Brinson Hunt, the 22 of Jason Branch back in row number 5. 2 championship chase drivers, the 15 of John McMillan Jr. and John Wimbish. Nick Hunt, Gary May, row 6. And in row number 7 here tonight from Richmond Raceway, Mike Compaggio and John McMillan Sr. Daniel Prim, Corey Melton, and Cody Sleeper. Around down the 17 car field here tonight. Big tip of the cap in wave across the track to our good friends up there in the race control room. Andy Starcher, Don Kidder going to keep these drivers straight should we see caution flags here tonight. But as our good buddy Joshua Norwood takes the pace car to pit road, music fades. We're set to get underway here at Richmond, and green flag flies for the first time. Little loose on the gas, Dutton spins the tires on the start. Lap number 1 underneath our belt. Todd Gray going to lead lap number 1. Bailey Dutton spinning the tires on the start of the race. He's going to fall back to 2nd. Justin Gann picks up a position on Dalton Fredericks. He's going to move to 3rd. Fredericks back to 4th. And throughout tonight's race, things gonna change. This track is gonna undergo a change, switching from under the sun into the what I would like to call twilight hours, dusk if you will, and into full-on night racing. By the time we see the checkered flag, this track going to undergo a huge change. Drivers already single file front of the field, breaking away. Todd Gray and Bailey Dutton starting to have a race to themselves. Again has Fredericks and Fernandez tucked in line right behind him. At a 4 coming across the stripe, lap number 4 behind us, 5 on the board. The timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let's go back a little further in the pack here. Let's watch some of these battles unfold. John Wimbish trying to close in on the tail end of Jason Branch. Branch sporting a little different look here tonight, stepping out of the Barbie mobile. And now looking swifty out there on the track. Taylor Swift, the paint scheme for the 22 of Branch. Everybody single file looking for long green flag runs here tonight. Drivers going to have to pick and choose when they elect to take those looks, when they elect to try for the position. You don't want to overcook that right front. That's going to be a big factor here tonight as it already appears. We're going to have some long green flag runs here tonight. Let's take a look off of the tail end of one of these drivers in the field. Jason Branch looking back at John Wimbish. A little further up through the field. Let's go to Justin Gann. Gann under fire from Fredericks and Fernandez lined up. Right nose and tail down the back stretch into turn 3. The Spotify number 3 on Fernandez looking for position. Not going to quite have the run off the corner that he needs just yet. The Scott's Turf Builder 99 of Cole Day. Looking to scratch, fight, and claw his way inside of the top 5. Still a long way to go here. As Fernandez takes a look to the inside, side by side off of 4, will cross the line. Oh, they almost touch Fernandez loose. You seen it, that's all it takes. Just one little moment. Fernandez lost a ton of ground. Door's going to open up to the inside of Justin Gann as he's had a little bit of a moment. A wiggle coming out of the corner exit. That opened up the inside lane for Dalton Fredericks. He's going to look to put his Ford Fusion All-Star 15 TV machine a little closer to the front, now battling for the final spot on the podium. Side by side, cross the line. Gann going to keep the position. And race leaders, they're liking what they see right now. Todd Crane, Bailey Dutton, they're enjoying the side-by-side battle behind them. That's going to allow them to step away from the field, little by little, building a gap at the front. Fredericks still catfishing on the bottom of the racetrack, looking for that third and final podium position. Not giving up the fight just yet as Justin Gann. He's going to fight back on the outside. I think it's going to be I don't want to say unnecessary, but it's gonna be a losing battle. Gann gonna eventually give that third spot away. Looking for a bit of a crossover. The Kitty Cat coin number 30, looking for a better night than what he had from Dover. And you know, if you're a race car driver, you gotta have that Major League Baseball pitcher mentality. NFL quarterback mentality, if you will. You're going to have some bad nights. You're going to have some bad things happening, and being able to climb right back in the car the next night. Forget about what was and try to get done what needs to be had. Justin Gann, with a solid run going last night at Dover, had some troubles, finished deep in the field. He's going to want to put his woes behind him. Trying to keep himself inside of the top 5 with a fighting chance here tonight. Gann back to 4th. We've had some battles in the back of this field as well. Let's take a look back here with Corey Melton, Nick Hunt. They're going at it side by side for the moment. Cody Sleeper were able to go by John McMillan Sr. a handful of laps ago. Just about 3 laps ago, Sleeper were able to make his way by. He's now going to look to take the position away from Nick Hunt. Power applied, number 48, Rose Machine of Corey Melton. Looking for victory lane for the second time this season. Came in about midway in this championship standings to kick things off for the championship chase. Melton needed to have a solid top 10 run to set himself up with it. A pretty easy night next week at a Homestead Miami Speedway. Still going to be a big race with a lot on the line. We'll have to wait to see how everything unfolds here tonight. A 10th of the way through, lap number 20 on the board next time around. I bet you never heard of that, right? 10th of the way through. Does it sound discouraging? I don't know. I've never actually said it, so I was like, you know what? Let's pull this one out of the hat. You know, why not? Melton and Wimbish going at it now for position. Brinson Hunt bringing his 98 machine towards the front of the field. He's just in front of the side-by-side battle with John Wimbish struggling with some of the long run pace now. He gained a handful of positions. He's since given them up and dropped 2 spots from where he qualified from 10th, now back to 12th. As we continue the long green flag run, we're going to jump around just a little bit here in a moment, trying to bring you some more of the battles in the action. Out on the track, C. Cole Day able to run down the Spotify number 3 of Randy Fernandez. The Cuban Missile Rocket looking to have a good start to his playoff run. Day, he's got nothing to lose here, right? He is not in that championship battle. Still just looking for a race win. Just a handful of appearances so far this season for Cole Payne. He's ran well in every appearance. Just hasn't been able to break through to those podium positions or in the victory lane. Will tonight be the night under the lights right here from Richmond Raceway. Sunsets in the background, you can see the lights beginning to come along. We'll see this track illuminated at the end. Will we see sparks flying? Will tempers flare? As we continue the long runs here tonight from Richmond Raceway, lap number 27. Now gonna go on the board as drivers make their way into turn one. Race leader Todd Gray still keeping Bailey Dutton at bay, but just for the moment. See the large spread out field here tonight as race leader works his way out of turn number 2. Again, still under. Outside the cars, looking at the battle. 5th in 6th. Going at it now. 6th and 7th. Whoa, Cole Day way up the track. 15 of John McMillan Jr. to take that position away with a fair amount of ease. A little bit of trouble on corner exit though for McMillan Jr. That's going to put Day right back on his rear deck lane. Roy Fernandez trying to track down Justin Gambano for that 4th position now on board with Fernandez as he works the bottom of the racetrack. The Lansing, Michigan native looking for another stellar performance. He's had a handful of podiums so far this season, looking to get up there and lead a few laps. A little bit of counter steer right there, a little bit of oversteer off of the corner exit. I think that's just getting the power down a little bit too soon. Gonna wait on the throttle, and now here comes John McMillan Jr. Let's jump outside of the car, guys. Let's watch this battle. You know, we mentioned it earlier here tonight, right? We mentioned not overcooking that right front, that you would pay for it later on throughout a long run. Well, here we are. 34 laps into tonight's race. All green flag laps so far. This is really the time you're going to see that tire wear, the abuse, show up. Really going to begin to see drivers struggle. You could see McMillan Jr. bottom of the racetrack trying to get the power down and just couldn't get the car underneath him to get that drive off. And that's really from Richmond Raceway. We've seen a handful of drivers drop back from where they qualified. We've seen a few drivers gain some positions and then give them all up. John Limbish giving up a handful of positions now, down 5 spots from where he qualified after initial great start, a great run, made it inside of the top 7. Before that backward slide began, Limbish into the U.S. Army, number 56 machine, sitting back in 15th. Race leader stepped away. Todd Cray showing the way 6/10 of the second advantage over Bailey Dutton, who has quite a bit of a gap over a second. Back to Dalton Fredericks, who has Justin Gann behind him. We seen moments ago Gann and Fernandez going at it. Now the battle will ensue between Fernandez and McMillan Jr. McMillan Jr. just struggling with the grip on corner exit coming out of turn number 2. We've seen it time and time again. Goes to get the power down. The rear breaks traction a little bit. Front end wiggle. Let's take a look here. Able to maintain it this time. Get a little better forward bind and drive off of the corner exit. Still struggling. Near that yellow line, gotta wonder how long McMillan Jr. is willing to run down there. Drivers giving up a ton of time. Your top 3 absolutely gone at this point in time. Dalton Fredericks over a 3-second advantage, back to 4th place. Justin Gann, green flag pit cycles. Gonna have to go a long way to help a handful of these guys here tonight. I mean, I don't see another way. You know, you're gonna have to play some games here. I think a lot of the field may be eyeballing at lap number 50. Trying to break this thing up into about a 3-stop race. We'll see if that's going to be the case. He's now Justin Gann. They're heavy fire. Fernandez at the bottom. McMillan Jr. lined up with him. Cold day right there as well. Long green flag run to open things up here tonight for Swift Motorsports. Ayers Eye Racing paints and Jim Fuller Cup Series. And these guys, they've been battling all season long. Comes down to 5 championship races. The first one right here from Richmond. We're gonna hit Homestead Miami Speedway next week. Take a bit of a break for the Thanksgiving holidays. Come back with two more races before we set things up for our Championship 8 at Kentucky Speedway. In just a handful of weeks, and we may see green flag pit stops begin. Brinson Hunt gonna bring his 98 down pit lane. Not much to say about the front of the field. Todd Cray still a sizable advantage over Bailey Dutton. Dutton with a big gap. Back to Fredericks. A branch to pit road. John Wimbish to pit lane as well. Green flag pit stops have began. Cray, Dutton, Fredericks on to pit road this time around. That's going to pull John McMillan Jr. to pit road. Roy Fernandez going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out. He's going to be the new race leader next night. Just our second leader of the evening, as you see John Wimbish working his way off of pit road. Down on the apron, getting back up to speed. When will the rest of the field come to pit lane? 9 drivers yet to hit pit. Look like Fernandez may have been thinking about pit road. Thought better of it. Again, Belton Sleeper, John McMillan Jr., Sr. all to pit road. This latest time by 5 drivers remaining out on the track. Fernandez down on the apron early here. That's going to hand over the race lead to the double O of Nick Hunt, who stays out on the racetrack. Nick Hunt, Gary May, Daniel Krim, all elected to run this thing on out. And here it is. Caution. Caution. Caution on the racetrack. John McMillan Jr. may have been involved in this. Oh, man. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. A little bit of trouble catching it there, guys. Let's go back. Let's take a look at it here. There it is. Yeah. Just into the corner. Oh. There it is. He was almost clear. And some heavy left front damage now for John McMillan Jr. That's going to throw a bit of a monkey wrench into things on the racetrack, race fans, because we were right at the end of green flag pin cycles. Right, so you've got a handful of drivers that just made their way back onto the lead lap. You got drivers that are caught one lap down. We're going to take a look at Roy Fernandez as our example. The Spotify number 3 battling for positions inside of the top handful, right? Stuck right now, one lap down. If Nick Hunt comes to pit road, you can see Todd Cray way back here in the back. Looks like a handful of these guys may have the opportunity to utilize a wave around. Nick Hunt does come to pit road. That's going to save the day right there for all the drivers in the field. They're pretty much all going to make their way back on the lead lap down. Very close, very sketchy situation for over half of the field that would have been caught and trapped one lap down early here. Just about a quarter of the way through tonight's race, and we almost had half the field trapped one lap down. That's what can happen during green flag pit cycles. And it's going to wash itself on out. Todd Cray going to regain the top spot. Front row for your restart. Just swapped around. Todd Cray going to be the control car. Looks like he's elected to restart from the high lane. Dutton Fredericks, May, Daniel Krim, Nick Hunt, Johnson Gann, Roy Fernandez, Corey Melton, Cole Day. Could round down your top 10. Field going to receive the one to go. Boss man in the flag stand with the one finger wave. Todd Cray electing to take the outside for the restart. And Bailey Dutton to his inside. Gary May, Dalton Fredericks back in row 2, row 3 for the restart. Daniel Krim and Nick Hunt. Fast-paced action ready to come at you here on the restart. Pace car tucks in. We'll head closer to the track into the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Richmond. Cray just clears. Dutton getting into turn 1. Bailey going to fight back hard, charging out of turn number 2 right there. Half a car length behind. Not going to get there by 3. Dalton Fredericks doing a good job hanging on through these top 2. Doesn't want to give up as big of a gap as he did under the course of that first green flag run. Fredericks looks to maintain pace as we cross the line this time around. 3 laps behind us after the restart. Will drop that timing and scoring. Back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. And as we watch your top 2 battle, it's not much of a surprise, right? I mean, these guys have led in an astonishing amount of laps so far this season. 384 laps led for Bailey Dutton. Almost 200 lap led for Todd Gray. Gray starting out tonight's race with 189, leading well over enough to break into that 200 lap category. Both drivers with amazing top 5 percentages, both finishing inside of the top 5 7 times in the 10-week regular season. So consistency is there, the speed is there, a little bit of in-team fighting. We're going to see who's going to be the top dog. And if that was judged off of wins, Dutton would get them all. Todd Gray sitting at 2 wins. Teammate Bailey Dutton sitting at 4. Could tonight be the night Gray tries to close in that winners column? We don't want to get caught up here at the front. Let's jump back here where some of the action is. Out on the track still. Brutal. Running nose to tail. Nick Hunt, Corey Melton, Roy Fernandez, Daniel Prim right here. The 99 Scott's Turf Builder machine. Bottom of the racetrack. The Ford Taurus looking good here tonight. Cold day. Inside of the top 10, looking for a little more. The All-Star 15 TV, number 47 of Daniel Prim. He's up 7 positions from where he qualified. So definitely moving in the right direction. Just seems to be struggling a little bit on the high lane. You know, race fans, we kind of talked about those top 5 finishes. I want to give you a little bit of a crazy number, right? 40%. That is the winning percentage for the man running in second, Bailey Dutton. 40% winning percentage on the season so far. Bailey Dutton has shown us why he is one of the toughest drivers, why he is one of the top tier drivers. Week in, week out, he's the man you gotta reckon with. And I believe come Kentucky, you're gonna have to beat Bailey. You know, I'm a big Todd Gray fan. Cousin Jess out there in the chat, don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. I'm a huge Todd Gray fan, but I think this season it just belongs to Dutton. Right, week in, week out, he's got those laps led. He's got those fast laps. He's gotten the pole position for the past 2 weeks. He's won the last 3 races in a row. Everything just seems to be aligning for that historic, amazing championship run here for Bailey Dutton. And again, I think at Kentucky, I think he's one of the drivers you're going to have to beat, and I think you're going to have to beat him from inside of the top 5. I mean, it's out there. I said it. Don't hate me, please. Just saying, giving my professional opinion. Is there a such thing? Is there a such thing as a professional opinion? Oh, trouble! 51 slides sideways up the track and around he goes. Caution flag and fly. Nick Hunt involved. Oh, 47 and Daniel Krim gonna catch a piece of this one late after the fact. John McMillan Sr. with trouble through the corner. That's going to put us under caution here on lap number 72. The long green flag run once again, but caution will fly. Let's go back. Let's see how it happened. Up the track, the 51 going to catch the double low. And there it is. Daniel Krim just nowhere to go in the 9 of Mike Compaggio. He's also going to catch a piece. Pretty insignificant contact, but take one more look. Nick Hunt, man. Woo! Barely escaping. 5 coming through right there. The 22, Jason Branch, barely got by. Very close here as drivers to pit lane. So we're going to step away and utilize this opportunity to pay a few of the bills. You know how it is. You know how it goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Richmond. And back trackside high above, watching the restart from the turn 3 drone cam. Our good buddy Joe Hugo gonna man the drone for us here tonight. Drivers side by side, little bit of strategy on pit road. Justin Gann, Jason Branch gonna be in the front row for the restart. And on the gas. Green flag flies as Justin Gann gets the kitty cat coin. Number 30 under power. Todd Gray wasting no time. Looks right to the inside. The HDPC powered by Nitro machine getting grabbed the top slot out of 2. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Here we go. Back across the stripe once again. Bailey Dutton looks to the inside. Gann gonna let him have the position. Can Craig cover it off? Dutton gonna look to the inside, hard onto the brakes. Big run through the center of the corner. But pinching off that corner exit, Todd Craig gonna take over control once again here tonight from Richmond Raceway. And we're gonna step back outside on the drone cam, watch a little of the action from the track. Down on the turn number 1 here, we're chasing after race leader Todd Gray once again. Small battles beginning to develop throughout this field. Corey Melton now inside of the top 5. Out there on the track will drop the tummy, scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Just a handful of laps away from the halfway point. Just 20 to go before we see the cross sticks fly. The Interstate Battery 01 heads to the bottom of the racetrack and takes the position away. Cody Sleeper moves to 8th. Dan Fredericks Fernandez still battling. Fredericks going to take 4th. Fernandez going to go by Justin Gann for 5th. So 2 drivers, it looks like they may have took just 2 tires in fuel, possibly no tires. Paying the price a little bit here. Your front row drivers now sitting back in 6th and 9th. Dalton Fredericks all over the tail end of Corey Melton looking for the position. Fredericks going to dive it deep into turn 3, keep it down at the bottom of the racetrack through 4. Little bit of damage on the front end of that 48 of Corey Melton. He's going to give up for 3rd position. Fredericks moves back to the podium. Side now as Fernandez looks to the bottom, struggling with the grip on the high side as Melton. Gotta wonder if that damage on the front end is causing the big issues here for Melton. The car just doesn't seem like it wants to turn through the center of the corner. That seems to be where the big struggle is for this power applied to oh my goodness. For this power applied to 48 machine of Corey Melton, just struggling through the center of the corner. Cole Hagan to close in. Cody Sleeper right behind. Justin Gann now falls back to 8th. Jason Branch right behind him. But Brinson Hunt rounding out your top 10. Battle still raging on for that top spot. Todd Cray still showing the way. Bailey Dutton right behind him. Over a second and a half back from Peyton back to Fredericks. Podium drivers stepping away by just about a second and a half, separating themselves from the battle behind Fernandez, Mountain Day, Sleeper, all right here within about half a second of each other. That's what a half a second on the racetrack looks like. Just about 7 to 8 car lengths around this 3/4 mile G-shaped oval. That is Richmond Raceway. Right at the halfway point here tonight, we're going to finish things off under the lights. Will we see fireworks on track? We'll see them when we celebrate our race winner. Sparks and tempers fly before. See your race leaders going by. Bailey Dutton still right there trying to track him down. Dalton Fredericks in a little bit of no man's land. 4-car battle back behind them. Fernandez, Melton Day, and Sleeper still going at it. As we've got cars all the way around this 3/4 mile. Out of 3 and 4 back across the stripe. 4-car battle still underway. Let's head back here. Dalton Fredericks, as we've said, kind of in no man's land right now. Sitting 2.5 seconds away from race leader Todd Gray. Sitting just about 2 seconds out front of the 4-car battle. Raging on behind him. 4 tenths separating these drivers. This is one of your only battles on the track, so we're going to stay right here. If anything starts to heat up at the front between Cray and Dutton, we'll jump back up there with the battle for the race lead run for now. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, nose to tail, out of 4, back across the battle, 3 laps away from the cross sticks. And what do you say we kick it off a little bit early? Let's give you your driver highlights and spotlights. Let's start right here, front of the field, as we cross the line. Lap number 98 getting on the board. Showing the way out front here tonight. He's led the majority of tonight's race. Todd Cray starting his championship off all the right foot. Cray up from second to run first. Handful of laps away from leading the most laps and securing those points here tonight. Todd Cray sits in front. Your pole sitter for the second time in 2 weeks. Looking for his 4th win in a row. Can Dutton find a way to topple Todd off of the top spot and walk away with a 4th race win in a row? Bailey Dutton sits in second. A season full of podium finishes for the Iowa native Dalton Fredericks, representing that All-Star 15 TV machine very well here. Iconic Home Depot themed scheme out there on the track in Fredericks. Looking to secure yet another top 5, yet another top 3 this season. Dalton Fredericks sits in 3rd. This is where we get into the thick of things, running in the 4th position behind the wheel of that Spotify number 3, the Cuban Missile Rocket. Roy Fernandez starting his playoff run off on the right foot as well. Fernandez runs in 4th. Rounding out your top 5 and your biggest mover for the moment behind the wheel of the Power of Pride. Lowe's 48 machine Corey Melton up 11 positions from where he qualified outside of the top 15, now to 5th. Melton looking to finish the second half as good as the first. That's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. Honorable mention for the man behind the 99, behind the wheel of that 01 Interstate Batteries machine, Cody Sleeper, up 10 spots so far here tonight. So a great run towards the 4th for Sleeper. So with our driver highlights and spotlights out of the way, time to give you that mid-race report here. House cleaning in order here tonight. 17 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got 15 out on the track, but only 12 will remain on the lead lap. Gary May behind the wheel of the number 5 machine, listed as the final driver on the lead lap. Daniel Krim first, or I apologize, 56 of John Wimbish, first driver, listed 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. And with lap 106 on the board, Justin Gann pulls to pit road. Green flag, pit stops underway. Still your biggest battle on the track. We're going to stay right here. Todd Gray opening things up at the front just a little bit more here. Over a second advantage on Bailey Dutton, who's got just about a 2-second advantage on Fredericks. Looking to the bottom now goes Milton. Here comes Fernandez. Crossover, not gonna get there. Roy gonna have to settle for 5th. Daniel Krim gonna bring the 47 machine to pit road as well. Again, back on track, no pit road penalties, so he's good to go. He's going to have to wait for this green flag pit cycle to end, and we got trouble. Justin Gann with issues. Oh no. Oh, and Melton nowhere to go. This is going to be big when we look back at lap 109, 110. It's going to be a big moment in tonight's race here. You can see Melton down into turns 1 and 2. Gann already with the trouble in front, stopped on the track. Nick Hunt going to catch a piece. Melton catches the big one. Boy, Fernandez, a little bit of the action coming through unscathed behind the wheel of the 99. Oh, man, let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at Cole Day making his way through. No. Ooh, that right front. Ooh, he unlucky right there, folks. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good as well. See John Wimbish making his way around the track as the rest of the field to pit road. Caution number 3 here tonight. So we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break to bring you back for all your green flag action. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Backtrack side as race leaders halfway down the back stretch. Todd Cray takes the outside lane. Our good buddy Norwood gonna bring the pace car back to pit road. All the gas and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Richmond. 2-3 wide behind race leader. Let's go back, watch the action here. Full day making a splash now. Inside of the top 5, holding on to the 4th position, had a look for 3rd. So drop back for a moment, trying to regroup here. 98 of Brinson Hunter with a great recovery as well. Now running in 5th, Cody Sleeper back in 6th. Jason Branch, Corey Melton, Roy Fernandez, and Mike Compasio round out your top 10. As lap 118 goes on the board, we'll drop the tummy and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, watching the battle between Brinson Hunt and Jason Branch. Branch making a way to the inside. That's going to open up the board for Corey Melton. Melton to get aboard 48 to the bottom of the racetrack. One Will Fernandez, 2 behind. Three cautions slowed the race down for just a moment here tonight. The long green flag runs. We've seen cautions happen right around either the beginning or the end of a green flag pit cycle. So these drivers pushing the tires to the test. You can see significant, heavy damage on the front end of that 48 machine. Corey Melton, as he continues to try to just salvage a night, 80 laps away from the finish of tonight's race. He's going to need help from multiple cautions to try to massage the bodywork back into something that whoa, Fernandez, big slide out of 4. Fernandez with that big slide out of 4. He's going to give up a position. Meanwhile, front of the field, most laps led, going to be locked up by Todd Cray. Todd leading well over half of the laps in tonight's race, still sitting at the top spot. Your pole sitter behind the wheel of the number 26 machine, Bailey Dutton, still stuck in second. Dutton just kind of he's just kind of been there, right? Pretty much all night, he's just kind of been stuck right there. In that second position, not able to really do much of anything with Todd in front. But with a long race still ahead of us, I mean, 80 laps is nothing to shake your head about. But in a blink of an eye, had a short track, it's going to be over. It's going to be fast-paced to the run to the end. But our biggest thing here that we're looking at has Bailey just been willing to bide his time. Has he been willing to just kind of, you know what, I'm going to let Todd stay out there and pace this race. I'm going to stay right here in touch with him. Will we see a bigger push after our next round of green flag pit stops? That's going to be the key here. Driver's going to be able to go to somewhere around lap 160 on the fuel and tires. They only need to get to lap 150. So there's a 10-lap span here. We can see drivers with a massive undercut trying to gain as much track time and positions as possible. But they're putting themselves at the mercy of the field. With the trend of cautions coming during green flag pit stops tonight, the crew chiefs may be a little wary pulling the trigger early on the fuel window. The one thing to those drivers' advantage, though, we've only got 12 drivers, 13 drivers, I apologize, remaining out there on the track. Only 12 left on the lead lap. So I mean, it's for a race win. For a playoff race win. I'm gambling. Let's take a look at some of the drivers inside of your top 5. We're going to go take a look now on board with Todd Cray. Not much out front. A little bit of work behind the wheel. Then you can see the man underneath that heat wave helmet. Todd Cray putting in work inside of his office. Just under a half a second for Todd Cray. I think if you're Cray, you're going to run out this fuel here. You're going to run it to the end. But how about this guy? The Monster Energy Aston Martin Red Bull. That's too much energy drinks, bro. You're gonna hurt yourself. The cold day behind the wheel of Scott's.com turf builder machine. He's got nothing to lose, right? Not involved in the championship run. Doesn't have to worry about points. He can pretty much throw caution to the wind if he wants. You can see a look back. Almost a second advantage over Cody Sleeper. And working our way closer to that fuel window. You got nothing to lose if you're cold. Hey, do you pull the trigger and come to pit road as soon as that fuel window opens? Or do you stay out on track, trying to get the long way? I don't know. If I'm Cole, I'm coming to pit road. About lap 152, you'll find me on pit road. I'll have enough fuel to get to the end. I'm not going to worry about saving a bit of my tires. And I'm just going to let it all hang out. Got to be mindful, though. Old tires, first couple of laps, you're going to have to baby them. You're going to have to work them in. And then it's full on if you ain't first, you're last. You got to do something. You got to do something different. Sitting in fourth, 3.5 seconds back. You can't do what the guys in front are doing. You got to change up the strategy. But we'll look at about 15 laps to see what some of these crew chiefs and drivers come up with to try to have a fighting chance to get to this man. He has absolutely dominated the race here tonight from sunset into dusk. now full on nighttime under the light short track racing here from Richmond Raceway behind the wheel of the Rich DPC powered by Nitro Machine. The 21 of Todd Cray continues to show the way, continues to pile on those laps led, and now he is opening up the gap. Almost a 7 car length advantage for Todd Cray over Bailey Dutton. Back off of 4, lap 138 goes on the board. Gonna go back to battle just around that top 10 position. Let's check this one out. Brinson Hunt, Corey Milton, Roy Fernandez, Michael Maggio. All battling for positions just inside of your top 10. That's going to be 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th on the racetrack. Compaggio involved in a little bit of a dust up into our third caution of the night. But the R-Star 15 TV. Number 9, Ford. Fusion has been running well here tonight, trying to get by a few Chevy counterparts lined up just in front. You know, I gotta give it up to Corey Belton. I mean, a ton of front end damage on that 48, and he is still out there giving it all he's got. 60 laps remain in tonight's 200th lap event to kick things off in the championship chase. For the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Cup Series, brought to you by SwiftMotorSports. I'm going to take this opportunity and take a little bit of time. What do you say, race fans? Let's give some shout outs to everybody that makes this thing work. A lot of people involved to bring you these races week in, week out. Want to give a huge shout out to Title and Series sponsors, Ayers High Racing Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint scheme, doesn't matter what car, doesn't matter if it's a helmet or driver's suit, maybe you're looking to spruce up your guys on pit lane. They do it all over there. You can find them at AyersEyeRacingPaints.com. That's Ayers Eye Racing Paints. Big shout out as well to everybody back behind the scenes that make things tick without any sort of issues whatsoever. A lot of guys and girls putting in work behind the scenes over there at Swift Motorsports, bringing you some great racing action week in, week out. If you're looking for somebody to rub elbows with on the track, you can find them on iRacing.com. That's Swift Motorsports. Beef Jerky Unlimited, also one of the sponsors with us here tonight. Beef Jerky Unlimited, made right here in the USA. Some of the best jerky you'll find, whether you want chicken jerky, turkey jerky. They've even got pork jerky. That's right, you heard it right here. Pork jerky. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely fantastic. Remember to use Turn 5 on your checkout for a little bit of a discount. Check them on out at beefjerkyunlimited.com. Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet can get you from the slow lane back in the fast lane with some great deals on new and used vehicles. You can check them out at the original Intimidator spot located in Newton, North Carolina, or you can find them online at DaleEarnhardtChevy.com. While you're there, while you're at it, check out some of the original, authentic Earnhardt gear in the souvenir shop. Big shout out to Tommy and Brian and everybody over there at Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. Want to give a big shout out as well to At Work RP over on the 5M GTA role-playing server side of things. Big shout out to the whole team over there. So many to think of, so many to mention. Hopefully we didn't mention, and I'd be remiss if we didn't mention one of our big sponsors series in, series out, season after season, butt kicker. Puts the feeling behind the wheel. The future is feeling feel what you've been missing with butt kicker. So now we've got all the corporate stuff out of the way. We've got drivers to pit lane. Brinson Hunt going to be the first driver to pit lane right when the fuel window opened up. 50 laps remain here tonight. It's all down to the nitty-gritty. This is the money stop for a lot of drivers in the field. How will they handle it? When will they hit pit road? Todd Gray willing away now over a 2-second advantage over Bailey Dutton. Dalton Frederick sitting in third. Cole Day back in fourth. Then we see the 98 of Brinson Hunt off of pit road, getting back up to speed. The 98 going to be listed 2 laps down after his final green flag pit stop of the night. So, I mean, again, it's... There you can see fresh tires. Let's stay right here with race leaders, guys. Let's stay right here for just a lap or two. Let's watch the distance that Hunt is able to put on. Already gone and out of frame. That's how much tires mean. We're going to take a look at the lap times here. Last time around a 22.66 for Brinson Hunt. A 23.66 for race leader Todd Gray. So over a second faster. We'll see if that holds true. And we've got drivers to pit road. Cole Day, Cody Sleeper. They've had enough. They're coming to pit road. Short pits. Undercuts. Coming at you from Richmond. It's still almost a second faster. Last time by was Brinson Hunt, so the speed definitely there on those fresh tires. We're going to begin to watch Cole Day and Cody Sleeper as they work their way back out on track. Take a look at the breast cancer awareness number 9 All-Star 15 TV machine. Ford Fusion piloted by Mike Compaggio. Charlie flows in on Corey Melton. Second place runner Bailey Dutton to pit lane. Jason Branch gonna follow suit. He's gonna bring his 22 down pit road. Corey Melton in the 48 to pit lane as well. And we're watching here. We're watching Cole Day as he was able to rejoin the racetrack. They come out in front. Compaggio, a little bit of a mess coming to pit road. A little bit out of shape. John Wimbish going to bring the U.S. Army number 56 to pit road. That's going to leave Todd Crane, Roy Fernandez, Gary May out on the track. Left to make their green flag stop. This is where you got to tiptoe. If you're Todd Crane, you got to be careful here. Right, you've got drivers coming off of pit road. Full tires behind you. Fresh tires. They will be faster. You cannot get yourself trapped to where you can't make it to pit road. Cray's going to open up that inside lane on the entry to turn number 1. Give Melton the racing line. But when's he going to come to pit road? And there it is. You can see the stab of the brake, the turn left, and Todd Gray to pit road. Roy Fernandez in the spot of line number 3. Looking to the inside of the racetrack, he's going to give a big signal to the drivers behind, feverishly waving that and caution flag comes out. Caution flag flies. John Wimbish with trouble. Let's go check the replay. Let's see what happened. bring out the fourth caution of the night. U.S. Army number 56 Machine gonna have some trouble down into the corner, gonna overcook it a little bit. Long, lazy slide, corrects it, keeps it out of Fredericks, but face plants it into the safer barrier right there in the restart zone. And again, caution flies in the middle of a green flag pit cycle. Roy Fernandez right now being shown 1 lap down, was coming to pit road when the caution flag flew. Just an untimely circumstance there for Fernandez, and that very well may put a huge damper on his day. As the Kellogg's number 5 Machine of Gary May, just your 5th race leader of the night, brings it to pit road. That's going to hand the field back over to Todd Cray. With less than 40 laps remaining, a lot of drivers gonna have to use that wave around again. These car lights are off, but with the field having a long way to go here, we're going to see if we go ahead and get back green flag racing. And the green flag is going to fly. Green flag does fly here on lap 167. Field a little bit stretched out for this latest restart. John Bimbish off the lead lap. He's going to go right to the top side of the racetrack. Oh, and contact between Bailey, Dutton, and Roy Fernandez. Going to take a quick look at it here. Out of turn 2, downcoming, full head of steam into turn 3. There's the contact. Synchronized spinning and both into the outside wall. One more look at it here. Here you can see Dutton with a big head of steam down out of turn 2, deep into 3. And there it is, contact into the outside wall. Both drivers go. And that's going to put us back under caution. Once again, caution number 5 here as well. Restart the race with less than 30 laps remaining here tonight from Richmond Raceway. Handful of retirements in the field here tonight. The Macmillan clan has had problems. John McMillan Jr., John McMillan Sr., both listed down and out of the race here tonight. Justin Gann, Nick Hunt also back out the haulers early here tonight. Daniel Grimm listed multiple laps down, but still out on the track, trying to just push through it, get anything he can out of tonight's race. Grimm sitting in 13th position, both Wimbish and Fernandez on pit road. Gary May going to be your race leader. Bring the field back to the green flag. Field receives the 2 to go sign for the boss man to the flag stand. So a little bit of a busy night for both the boss man as well as Mr. Norwood behind the wheel of that iRacing pace car. Has the feel of a short track Saturday night showdown for the race win. One finger wave received by the field. Gary May elects the high side. And that's going to put Todd Crew to the inside lane for the restart. Road 2, Dalton Fredericks and Cole Day. Road number 3 for our latest restart. Cody Sleeper, Brenton Hunt, Jason Branch, Corey Melton, Mike Compagio rounding out your top 9 and lead lap drivers. Here we go. Gonna restart with just about 27 laps remaining here tonight. Pace car ducks in on the gas, underway, and green flag flies. Racing underway once again, 2-3 wide with Brenton Hunt in the middle. They're going to sort it out, figure it out. Halfway down the back stretch, driver will fan into 3. Still 2 wide racing in the back of this field, looking for positions. Tom Brady taking the taps all the way down as they enter turns 1 and 2. A little bit of ground, a little bit of time as Tom Brady scoots by. Our cameras had a turn number 4. Everybody chasing Clay. I'm telling you, it doesn't get much better than this. Richmond Raceway short track racing at its finest. Final 25 laps to go this time by Todd Craig leads the field. Dalton Fredericks right there sitting in second now. Cody Sleeper back to third. Cole Day sits in 4th. Hornets Nest beginning to get kicked around a little bit. See 3 cars all over each other. Brinson Hunt, Jason Branch, Michael Pagier, all right here battling with each other. Juan Fernandez, he's up in the mix, listed 2 laps down for the time being. Fernandez just trying to work his way back into contention. Somehow, some way, could we see some late race cautions fall to his favor? Doesn't matter what you think. You gotta drive it like you know it. You gotta wheel it like you stole it. It's been a long run through tonight's race, but we are just around the corner from 20 laps to go. So we ask you, while we have your attention, while we have the opportunity, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Be sure to let them know you enjoy all the racing action week in, week out. Drop them the thumbs up. Join us in that push to 4,000. Again, show these drivers the love. Drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, and one of our many sponsors across the many different leagues and series. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. We asked your help to get the 3K. We have since surpassed that. Let's make 2024 a 4K year for Turn 3 Racing Network. I know we got it in us. Some of the best fans and support system out there. So again, while you're here, thank yourselves. Show these drivers some love. That thumbs up. So we ran our mouth a little bit there. Let's get back to some of the action. Front of the field, Todd Crane beginning to step away from Dalton Fredericks. Fredericks again, just lingering all night long. He's just kind of lingered anywhere from second to about 5th. And he's just been able to maintain, to be a presence. And that's what you got to do when it comes to championship racing. You got to be able to bring home the finishes with the runs you should. You know, there's just some races you go out there as a driver and you just know, right? You just know, I'm not getting to victory lane. Just don't have the car. We got a top 5 car here. Let's just bring home top 5 points. Right. So we've all been in the situation when championship racing is knowing when to push and knowing when to recognize what you have. And I think we're seeing a little bit of that unfold right here before our eyes. Fredericks backing up from Bracelet or Todd Cray. Looks like Fredericks no longer wants to flirt with that high pace exit out of 2. Taking it a little bit easy, keeping it away from that outside wall. Doesn't want to see any untimely mishaps. And we're going to jump back in the field. Let's go back here. Battle underway. 2-car battle, I should say. 1 lap machine here in the mix. Brinson Hunt, Jason Branch going at it 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Roy Fernandez behind the wheel of Spotify. Chevy Impala. We apologize. The Silverados was last night. Fernandez still listed 2 laps down, but as far as championship points are concerned, still a pretty solid night Hernandez on the door of walking away with top 10 points here tonight from Richmond. We're gonna say it had a much better race car than the finish that he's gonna walk away with here tonight. So Fernandez, I don't want to say it's easy sledding into Homestead. He's going to have to keep his eye on a handful of drivers. Roy setting himself up for a great opportunity to move on until the round of 12. The closest battle of the racetrack on screen here between Brinson Hunt and the 22 of Jason Branch. Battle still going for position side by side into 3. Compaggio not able to really go anywhere. Behind him in that breast cancer awareness number 9, All-Star 15 TV. Ford Fusion, just nowhere to go for the moment. Cody Sleeper holding down the final position on the podium here from Richmond. All day closing in. Day has just also been one of the drivers that has just kind of lingered and maintained a solid position here tonight throughout the course of the, 194, 193 laps that have been run. Cole Day has just been very consistent, very smooth, not a lot of trouble. He avoided some potential catastrophe with our third caution of the night. Got to keep that Scotts.com turf builder machine clean. And, he's got a half a second to go. Will he be able to get there? We'll find out here in a few short moments. With just 5 to go, Todd Cray out front, looking for win number 3 on the season. It's all but in the bag at this point in time. Down the back stretch and into turn number 3, race leader will see popsicle sticks on display this time around. Just 2 to go here from Richmond. He's only got one more lap to go as the white flag flies. Final lap for the Rich DPC powered by Nitro Chevy Impala, piloted by Todd Cray. He has been on a tear all night long, halfway down the backstretch into 3 for the final time. The 9-line driver gonna get it done. Race win number 3 on the board. Checkered flag flies here from Richmond Raceway with your race winner, Todd Cray. Fredericks finishes in second with Cody Sleeper in third. Cole Day, a respectable 4th place finish up 11 spots from where he qualified. Corey Melton finishes in 5th. Jason Branch 6th. Hunt, Compaggio, May, and Wimbish round out the top 10. Post-race celebrations underway. Smoke show on the front stretch for your race winner. So as Gray burns it down for the fans in the stands, We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Head back trackside for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Chase Race Round 1 for the Swift Motorsports Ayers High Racing Paints Cup Series. What a race. We've seen the long green flag runs, and we're going to dive right into things. We're going to see if we can pick up and have a brief conversation with a man that walked away in third here tonight, picking up the final spot on the podium behind the wheel of that 01 machine. Cody, it's Dave. How you feeling, bud?
Well, definitely feeling pretty good after third place finish, especially starting in the back.
Yeah, you not only walked away with the final spot on the podium, but you're the biggest mover of the race, up 14 positions from where you started tonight's race. So how were you able to number one, miss some of the mishaps out there, and how were you two able to work your way into such a good position?
Yeah, so part of my strategy coming into this, I kind of wanted to sit in the back a little bit and get a feel for the car on this track, and try to conserve, that first run and see how the tires would handle a long run. And thankfully, we were able to get a green flag pit stop on that. And it definitely favored trying to, back up the corners, and it definitely helped being able to see what was in front of me as far as avoiding. So, yeah, happy to keep the car clean, obviously.
Well, Cody, you came into tonight's race, excuse me, I apologize, a little bit, well, I don't want to say behind, because there's a lot of drivers knotted up in those point standings. Tonight's race, You're going to set yourself up for a good opportunity at Homestead to move on into that round of 12. So as we continue this championship run, now that you've had this good run here at a tough short track, um, what's the confidence level like?
So, this finish definitely helps, but I know that I'm more of a short track driver, so I think Homestead is going to be, it's going to have its own challenges and its own difficulties. Again, with me, we try to keep the car clean, and I think that goes a long way towards the end of the race. So coming into next week, we're going to be confident in that, we can have a pretty good long run and see what we can do towards the end of the race.
Well, man, we wish you the best at Homestead, but we gotta congratulate you on the amazing run you had here tonight, Cody. Great job walking away with a top 3. So before we let you go here tonight from Richmond, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, sure. I got to thank Roy, Jason, Cole. Racing with those guys, it's always a good time. Got to thank Don and Justin and everybody that runs the league. This is a pretty tight ship here, and a good bunch of drivers that we have in the league. And then obviously got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. And that's about it, man.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight from Richmond. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walks away in third here tonight behind the wheel of that 01 Interstate Batteries machine. Cody Sleeper finishes in third, and that's going to move us right along the list. We're going to see if we can dial him up behind the wheel of that number 20 machine, walking away second here tonight. Dalton, it's Dave. How you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
Well, can't complain, and if I did, really wouldn't matter. Well, you kind of know how that goes, man. A great race for you here tonight. You started inside of the top 5. You kind of lingered right around that top 5 all night long. Is there anything you could have changed throughout the course of tonight's race to maybe be a little closer at the end?
Yeah, I don't know. Our All-Star 15 TV Hutch Sports Racing Ford Fusion was pretty good tonight. I don't think there is really anything I could have changed to get the win tonight. We definitely improved on that final short run. We were able to stay with Todd a little bit better than previously in the race, but we were really good on the long runs. We were starting to catch the two towards the later end of the tire life, but yeah, we just didn't have the speed right off the get-go, but yeah, I'm still happy with the P2 finish after a pretty solid night.
Well, you've had a solid regular season. You're starting the playoffs off on the right foot as well, setting yourself up for a fairly easy run when we hit Homestead next week. So with that being said, are you going to approach Homestead any differently? Are you beginning to maybe look forward to Charlotte?
Yeah, we kind of changed on how we looked towards tonight's race, and it actually turned out really well. So we're just gonna go into Homestead next week with the same mindset, and hopefully we can come out with a pretty solid finish to advance us to the next round.
Well, Dalton, we wish you the best in working your way into that top 12, into the final 8. We think you're going to be one of the drivers we got to watch at Kentucky for an opportunity at the championship, but we won't count our eggs before they hatch. We got to get all our ducks in a row first, but you started off the right way in moving in the right direction, walking away second tonight. Before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hutch Sports Racing, an independent AMSOIL dealer. Everyone at the shop, everyone that works on our cars, works with sponsors, all that. I'd like to thank Detoured by Designs LLC, Nerds Doing Nerd Things, Drinking Bros Auto Racing Group, Broken Oak Kennels, everyone else. Everyone works hard during the week getting ready for these races. We're really hitting the Daytona 24 event right now, getting ready for that, and can't can't be more proud to be on the team I'm with. Joe Hutchings is really good with leading our team, getting everyone squared away where they need to be, and so yeah, hopefully we can continue this strong run and finish the season with a win.
Well, we hope to get to talk to you at least in these post race interviews again. We'll see if you can't get or make it one spot better next time we talk. But nonetheless, we hope you walk away with some good finishes to finish out the season. Dalton, congratulations here tonight. As always, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Find a few words for the man that walks away second. Dalton Fredericks going to bring that All-Star 15 TV machine home to a fine podium finish, and that's going to move us right along the list. The man that visits victory lane once again, Todd Cray. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, man.
Here, bud.
How you feeling behind the wheel, dominating, beating
Shoulder's
their
going
butt,
out on
man?
me, shoulder, the right wrist, you know.
Ah, well, that's just old age.
You're telling me. Shoot. Man, I'll tell you, I don't know if that looked easy, but man, it sure was not an easy race, I'll tell you.
Well, Richmond, one of those tracks that can be tough on corner entry. Did the car ever want to break loose, getting into mainly into turn one?
Yeah, I mean, it's new tires, and I made one mistake the whole night, and that was exactly it. And I thought we were gonna go for a ride, but I just was able to break it and just reduce the speed quick and hold on to it. But yeah, it was tough with Bailey behind me early on. I mean, he was putting a lot of pressure on me. Good teammate, my buddy there, put a lot of pressure. So I had to go a lot harder, earlier in the run that I would normally like. Um, I seen Dalton back there saving tires, and he made a run there on that first or second stint there. He made a pretty good run at us. So I kept an eye on that, and Bailey kept the pressure on me, kept me honest tonight, and man, that was a lot of work right there.
Well, you mentioned your teammate Bailey, so we're gonna go ahead and do what we like to do between you two. We like to incite a little bit of in team competition, and well, Bailey said that his quest is to walk away with more wins than you this season. Right now, he's sitting at 4. You just got your third. You coming back for him?
Yeah, I'm coming back for him. At the end of the day, it's good fun. Bailey's definitely stepping his game up this year. He's learned a lot. And I'll tell you tonight, after all those restarts, and him getting a good eye on everything I was doing, I was getting a little nervous there with it. But he's a good teammate, and he raced clean. But yeah, I want them wins. But at the end of the day, got to make the championship run, be ready for the final race. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get another Swift plaque in the house here with wins. I got to make sure we're ready for that last race.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you started your championship quest off on the right foot, walking away with the first playoff win this season. So, congratulations with that one. You know how we
Yep.
do things, so we're going to shut up, and the mic is yours.
Turn 3, Racing Network talking to us and, calling a good race. Rich DPCs, got your 6 Veterans Association, Nitro, Pets in Paradise. I got my text message from Jess today, and I actually did put a few laps in to feel this thing out. So that was actually a big help. So thanks to Jess and Trixie for doing their thing, and needed a win. Had a good run last night. Got kind of caught up in a caution there. So glad to bring it back tonight. And when they say championship time, 21 tries to rise to the top. So we'll be ready to go. And I appreciate the great call and everybody here at Swift. That's
Well,
about it.
well,
Let's go
man,
rest that shoulder up.
yeah, you rest up for next week. We've got 2 more championship races, both going to be at Homestead, so going to put your endurance to the test next week. But Todd, again, man, always a pleasure. Until next
All
time,
right,
my
Dave.
friend, stay safe.
All right, buddy.
Keep
Thank
it
you.
fast.
Same to you, buddy. Thanks.
All right, there you go. Final few words for the man walking away with playoff win number 1. Todd Gray going to walk away with the checkered flag here tonight from Richmond Raceway. And we are underway. Championship racing here with Swift Motorsports in the Airs iRacing Paints Cup Series. What a night. What a run. Can't wait for next week at Homestead. Doubleheader going to be coming at you. And as you hear those familiar sounds in the background, producers hitting the buttons, you know it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results. Right here from Richmond Raceway, walking away with the top spot, checkered flag in hand behind the wheel of that number 21 machine, Todd Cray takes the top spot. Dalton Fredericks going to finish in second with Cody Sleeper back in third. Cole Day going to pilot his Scotts.com Turf Builder 99 Turn 3 Posse machine into fourth place. Corey Milton back in fifth. Sliding home in sixth behind the wheel of the 22 Taylor Swift machine, Jason Branch. Brinson Hunt back in seventh. Mike Impagio eighth. Ninth place tonight belongs to Gary May with John Wimbish. Rounding out your top 10, the Cuban Missile Rocket Roy Fernandez laid race trouble, turned his night around to Spotify. Number 3 will finish in 11th. 47 of Daniel Krim going to finish in 12th here tonight. Justin Gann has trouble in the Kitty Cat Coin number 31. 30 machine, he'll finish 91 laps back in 13th. 14th tonight to Nick Hunt, John McMillan Sr. and John McMillan Jr. 15th in 16th. Bailey Dutton gonna finish in 17th here tonight. Tough break for that number 26 machine. And that's gonna do it for your running order. Big shout out to Andy Starcher, Don Kidder over there across the track in the race control room in the admin suite. Great job tonight, fellas. And that's going to be it for us. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. But as we walk out the door, if you haven't already, remember, join us in that push to 4,000. Show these drivers a love. Drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So until then, my friends, stay safe, stay loved, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.